Mum, is it true
Is what true, Bernie?
that we're running out of Marmite?
No, there's a pot in the cupboard.
No, I mean in the country.
Oh yes, I believe there is a national shortage.
Why, Mum?
Well, Marmite is made from yeast, which is a byproduct of the brewing industry. So with all the pubs and restaurants shut, they're not making as much beer. So there's less yeast to make the Marmite.
Beer is yuck. Disgusting.
Well, maybe one day you might like it, when you're a bit older, Bernie.
Never. Anyway, this is really serious.
What is?
Running out of Marmite. What am I going to do?
I think there are more serious things that have come from the coronavirus. People dying and businesses failing and people losing their jobs and...
I know, but you know I love Marmite, Mum. It goes perfectly with cheese and... Oh, the tanginess of the Marmite offsets the cloyiness of peanut butter and...
Don't you think that's a little bit selfish, Bernie?
Yes, probably. I suppose so. But it's easy for you.
Why?
'Cause you hate Marmite.
Yes, I can't say a shortage really bothers me. It's love or hate kind of thing, isn't it, Marmite?
Yes. I can't think of anyone who likes it a little bit. It's either one or the other. All or nothing.
Do you know, I think Jesus was a bit like that.
What? Jesus? Like Marmite? I don't think so.
Well, in Mark's Gospel, people either believed him and followed him, or they hated him and wanted to kill him. There wasn't much in between.
I hadn't thought of that. By the way, who wrote Mark's Gospel? It wasn't Mark Woodward, was it?
No, the Gospel was written nearly 2,000 years ago.
Oh, right. I don't suppose even the vicar's that old.
Ha ha. And as we're talking about yeast, there's a bit in Mark's Gospel where Jesus warns the disciple about the yeast of the Pharisees. What do you think he meant by that?
Ooh, they were all secret Marmite addicts.
Now you're just being silly, Bernie. They didn't have Marmite then.
What? No Marmite? So what did they put in their sandwiches?
Bernie.
Oh, I don't know, Mum. I don't understand how yeast could be a problem.
What does yeast do, Bernie?
Used to make beer and Marmite.
Anything else?
Ooh, bread.
Yes, and what does it do to the bread?
Doesn't it make it rise?
Yes, a little bit of yeast is mixed into the dough and it makes the whole loaf rise. Does that give you a clue?
A little bit makes a big difference.
Yes, I think you're right, Bernie.
But that could be a good thing. We were saying a few weeks ago how little prayers can make a big difference for good.
Yes, of course, that's right. But I think here Jesus is saying it can work the other way too. You know, sometimes people say a person is hard-hearted.
Yes, it means they don't care about other people.
How do you think they see other people?
Perhaps they only see the bad bits, can't see anything good about them.
It seems incredible, doesn't it, that the Pharisees, who were the religious leaders of the times, were convinced that Jesus was bad. They couldn't see anything good about him, and they tried to kill him.
They did in the end.
Yes, they did, even though Jesus had been healing people and raising the dead and things like that.
Perhaps they didn't want to believe in him.
I think that's why Jesus was warning the disciples. If you let a little bit of hardness into your heart,
It can spread like yeast, and before you know it...
you only see what you want to see.
OK, I think I get it. But if Jesus had been a mountain biker...
I've said before, Bernie.
I know, bikes weren't invented then. But if they had been, Jesus could have said, beware of the oil of the Pharisees.
Why beware the oil?
Because if you get even a tiny drop of oil on your brake pads, they are contaminated, wrecked. You have to throw them away.
Oh yes, I see what you mean, Bernie. Well, if thinking about it in bike terms works for you, then that's fine.
Right. But there is a difference, isn't there?
What's that, Bernie?
Well, Jesus can give you a second chance, even if you've got oil on your pads or some yeast in your heart or whatever. Jesus can forgive you and make it okay.
Yes, that's really good to know, isn't it?
Jesus can probably take that bit of yeast and turn it back into Marmite. Talking of which, I'm off to make myself a Marmite and cheese sandwich while we've still got some.
Okay, Bernie. And I'm off to go for a practice.